Chosen one, listen closely, for this word is not casual, nor is it for the faint of heart. You have felt it, the heaviness in the air, the unseen resistance that has pressed against your spirit, the moments when it seemed the world itself conspired to slow your progress. Yet here you are, reading, hearing, feeling this call, because God Himself has whispered your name, marking you for a purpose far greater than you have yet imagined. The attacks you have endured, the storms you have weathered, they were never proof of failure. They were proof of selection, proof that you were chosen, proof that you are standing on holy ground. There is a force moving in your life that cannot be stopped. A divine hand orchestrating every setback, every delay, every moment of pain. The enemy tried to convince you that these struggles were signs of rejection, but that lie has now been exposed. Each attack, each betrayal, each unseen assault was calibration for greatness. Each trial sharpened your spiritual senses, tested your faith, and prepared your heart to receive the manifestation of what God has already spoken over your life. Do not be discouraged, even when circumstances scream otherwise. The very pressures that sought to break you were refining you. They were shaping your character, opening your eyes to the unseen realm, and awakening the power that lies dormant within you. God is calling you to see beyond the pain, beyond the frustration, beyond the confusion. He is revealing that what looked like a battlefield was actually a proving ground, and the victory has always been within reach. In the coming moments, you will hear a revelation so precise, so personal, that it will awaken in you the certainty of your destiny. You will understand that nothing has been wasted. The sleepless nights, the tears shed in silence, the moments of doubt, they were all necessary steps on a path carefully laid by God Himself. And now the divine voice moves to unveil what you were always meant to step into. Hold on to this truth: you were not chosen at random. You were not selected for comfort or ease. You were chosen for assignment, for authority, and for impact. The message you are about to receive is a key, a divine unlocking of what has been held in secret. It is time for the enemy's whispers to be silenced, and for the confirmation of your calling to shine like a blazing light. Take a deep breath, chosen one, and prepare your heart. The attacks were proof. The waiting was preparation. And now God is ready to show you the glory reserved only for those who have endured, persevered, and remained faithful. The revelation is coming. The confirmation is here. Step into this moment with faith, for your destiny waits on the other side of understanding. You may have felt moments when you questioned the purpose behind every struggle, every closed door, and every delay. Those questions have not gone unheard. There is a divine presence that has moved through the very fabric of your life, unseen by human eyes, but powerful beyond measure. Every step, every pause, every season of waiting was guided, measured, and orchestrated by a God who knows you intimately, who has spoken your name even before the foundations of the world. This is not coincidence. This is divine design. The Spirit has been whispering to you in quiet moments, through dreams, through signs, through the subtle nudges that others may overlook. It has been preparing you for a revelation, a moment when heaven itself leans in and confirms what your soul has known all along. You are about to see the hand of God in ways that cannot be explained by logic or circumstance. You are about to feel the certainty of His timing, the weight of His authority, and the power of a calling that has been reserved exclusively for you. Understand this: every trial, every opposition, every unseen battle was allowed for a reason. It was permitted by a God who is neither distant nor passive, but intensely present, moving in your favor, even when the world suggested otherwise. The divine plan has been unfolding quietly behind the scenes, aligning people, places, and circumstances to bring about a fulfillment that will leave no doubt of God's hand at work. What seemed like chaos was actually a pattern of preparation, a sacred choreography that only heaven could arrange. Listen carefully, for what is coming is not merely a promise, it is a declaration. Heaven is declaring over your life that you are equipped, appointed, and positioned to carry out a purpose that will impact more than your own journey. The attacks you endured were markers of selection, the struggles were confirmations, and now the doors are beginning to shift. You may not see everything at once, but the Spirit assures you that the timing is perfect and the fulfillment is guaranteed. This message comes not from human opinion or speculation, but from the very throne of God. It is a transmission of divine authority, a voice that cannot lie, a whisper that cannot be ignored. The power behind it is relentless, faithful, and unwavering. And as you receive this, you will feel a stirring in your spirit, a recognition that everything you have been through has been in preparation for this divine moment of clarity, empowerment, and purpose. Prepare to recognize the sacred rhythm of your life, the invisible threads that have been pulling you toward this very point. The heavens are moving, the plans are unfolding, and the assignment is clear. Faith, patience, and perseverance have not been in vain. This is your divine introduction, not a start, but a continuation, a deepening, a revelation that you were chosen for something extraordinary. And now God Himself is ready to unveil it in ways that will awaken your spirit and ignite the destiny written over your life. Now listen carefully, for the vision that is being revealed is not distant or abstract. It is personal, alive, and pulsing within your spirit. God is unveiling a moment that has been written before. Time began a season that carries both blessing and authority. The attacks, the delays, the unseen pressures, they were all the prelude to a manifestation that will leave no question about your purpose. Heaven is moving to open doors that have long been closed, to align circumstances that have seemed impossible, and to place you exactly where you are meant to stand, at the threshold of destiny. Picture this, a path illuminated by a light that cannot be dimmed, stretching forward with golden brilliance, each step revealing a purpose that was once hidden. The shadows that tried to cloud your journey are receding, and in their place a clarity emerges, a knowing that the struggle was never random. It was refinement. It was preparation. It was the proving ground for a power that is now ready to rise within you. You will see breakthroughs, not just in the tangible things around you, but in the very atmosphere of your spirit. Doors that were once locked will swing open. Opportunities that seemed distant will arrive suddenly, and people who were waiting for your influence will be drawn to your light. There is a symbolic image forming in your mind, one that speaks to the heart of your struggle and the glory that awaits a storm has raged fierce and unrelenting. Yet through the dark clouds, a ray of golden light pierces through, illuminating a path that was always meant to exist. That storm was not punishment, it was proof. Proof that your faith, your endurance, and your obedience have been recognized in the heavenly courts. Every whispered doubt, every unseen obstacle, every moment, when it seemed impossible to continue, has been cataloged in the archives of eternity as evidence that you are capable, chosen, and prepared for this very hour. And as the prophecy unfolds, you will notice the patterns that were hidden in plain sight. Individuals who seemed incidental will become pivotal allies. Challenges that felt overwhelming will transform into stepping stones. Conversations, encounters, and even coincidences will reveal divine orchestration, each confirming that nothing happens outside of God's perfect plan. The enemy may have tried to mask this reality, but his efforts were futile. God's purpose cannot be hindered. You are now entering a season where what was hidden will be revealed and what was delayed will be accelerated. Feel the weight of this revelation settle over you like a warm, protective cloak. The gifts, talents, and spiritual authority within you are being unlocked. The heavens are saying, "You have endured. You have remained faithful. Now rise and step into the fullness of what has been prepared for you." The prophecy is personal, immediate, and transformative. It calls for recognition, action, and alignment with the divine momentum that is gathering speed around you. There will be signs subtle at first, undeniable soon, that this is not mere hope, but an active unfolding of destiny. The imagery is striking a mighty oak, once a seed buried beneath layers of soil, now breaking through the earth, stretching toward the sunlight, strong roots anchoring it even as the winds try to bend it. That oak is you. The trials were the soil, the storms were the winds, and the sunlight is God's favor, now illuminating every branch, leaf, and fiber of your being. Stand firm, for the manifestation is coming, and it is both awe-inspiring and intimate. It was designed for this moment, for you and for no one else. Heaven is moving. Destiny is calling. Listen, recognize, and prepare to step fully into what has already been ordained. Take a moment and feel the currents of your life as they have been shaping you. Every struggle, every unseen attack, every moment of confusion or heartache carries a meaning far deeper than what appears on the surface. The storms you have endured are not merely tests. They are signposts, guiding you toward the purpose that has been etched into your spirit since the beginning. Each trial has been a divine lesson, teaching endurance, humility, and the sacred art of faith under pressure. The universe, guided by God's hand, has been preparing your heart to receive a revelation that is far greater than comfort, far richer than ease. There is a principle here that transcends human understanding. Nothing in your life is wasted. Every closed door, every period of silence, every attack against your spirit has been a refining fire. Just as gold is purified in the furnace, your faith, your strength, and your character have been purified through adversity. What appeared as obstacles were actually gateways secretly designed to awaken the latent power and authority within you. God does not call the untested, for the untested cannot withstand the glory that He intends to release. You were forged in trials, and those trials now testify to your readiness. Consider the imagery of season's winter with its harsh winds and biting cold seems unforgiving. Yet beneath the frozen surface, roots are growing, preparing for spring. That winter has been your season of preparation. The freezing winds of opposition were not meant to destroy, but to strengthen. The darkness of the nights, when it seemed nothing was moving, was actually the quiet space where your spirit grew in alignment with divine timing. Spring is coming, and with it, the bloom of your purpose, a purpose that is fertile, vibrant, and unmistakably yours. The cycles you have endured are sacred. Each phase of waiting, each moment of doubt, has been a critical chapter in a story, authored by heaven. Faith operates in tandem with divine timing. The attacks you faced were calibrations of your trust. The greater the challenge, the greater the promise. Every act of perseverance has aligned you with spiritual authority. You have been learning to recognize the invisible currents of God's hand, when to move, when to wait, and when to step boldly into what has been prepared. This understanding is essential, for destiny cannot be hurried. The divine orchestration is meticulous, precise, and perfect. Your patience is not passive. It is active preparation. You have been learning the sacred rhythm of trust, obedience, and expectation. There is also a cosmic principle of contrast at work. Light cannot be recognized without darkness. Joy cannot be fully appreciated without sorrow. Victory is never truly victorious without the struggle that precedes it. The attacks were evidence that you are chosen, because only those who carry a divine assignment are challenged in such unique and persistent ways. The more intense the opposition, the more profound the calling. The unseen battles were not signs of abandonment. They were proofs of selection. They are the markers that separate the ordinary from the extraordinary, the casual from the appointed. Reflect now on the imagery of doors. Each closed door you encountered represents a threshold you were not yet ready to cross. Each delay has been a divine alignment, positioning the pieces perfectly, so that when the moment arrives, nothing can prevent the breakthrough. The open door is coming, and beyond it lies not just opportunity, but a transformation of spirit, mind, and destiny. The fullness of God's plan is not merely about what you will achieve externally. It is about who you are becoming, internally refined, strengthened, and equipped to carry the weight of your purpose with grace and authority. Finally, understand this: your journey is a tapestry woven with intention. Every thread of pain, joy, struggle, and triumph contributes to a pattern that is uniquely yours. Heaven has orchestrated it all, and the attacks, trials, and unseen challenges were not signs of neglect, but of divine favor. They were proof that you are being prepared for something sacred, something eternal, something that will impact not only your life, but the lives of many around you. The storms you have endured are teaching you the language of the divine, opening your eyes to the unseen and equipping you to step boldly into the destiny for which you were always chosen. As you walk through this season, pay close attention to the signs that God has been placing before you. Signs that confirm what your spirit already knows. They are gentle whispers from heaven, subtle yet unmistakable, guiding you to recognize that the divine plan is moving, and that the attacks you have endured were not in vain. These confirmations will speak to your heart, awaken your awareness, and remove any lingering doubts about your calling. The first sign is a sudden clarity in decision-making. Situations that once felt confusing now begin to align. You find that answers come easily, that doors that were blocked are opening, and that you are led instinctively toward the right choices. This is more than coincidence. It is God's hand at work arranging circumstances so that your steps are in harmony with His plan. Trust these moments, for they are confirmations of alignment and divine favor. A second sign manifests through relationships. People who were once distant or indifferent may now appear at just the right time, bringing encouragement, opportunity, or wisdom. Allies will emerge, some familiar, some unexpected, yet all instrumental in helping you step into the fullness of your destiny. Notice who shows up and how connections are orchestrated. It is a divine pattern, a visible indicator that your assignment is recognized and supported by heaven. The third sign is a growing sense of peace amidst chaos. Even when circumstances seem uncertain, your spirit is calm and a quiet confidence settles over you. This inner peace is a divine signature, a reassurance that God is sovereign and that the path you are walking is under His protection. It is the calm before the manifestation, the stillness that precedes the breakthrough. A fourth sign is symbolic repetition. Certain numbers, images, phrases, or dreams may keep appearing in your life. They might seem small or insignificant at first, but they carry spiritual weight. When these patterns appear, pay attention. They are heaven's way of confirming that your path is being guided and your steps are noted. A fifth sign is the alignment of timing. Events, meetings, and opportunities begin to converge in ways that feel almost too precise to be chance. What once required months or years of effort now falls into place quickly. This accelerated alignment is proof that the divine orchestration is unfolding, and that your season of preparation is giving way to a season of action and impact. Finally, a sixth sign is the stirring of your own spirit. You may feel sudden inspiration, renewed passion, or a burning desire to step into action. These internal nudges are confirmations that the light within you, the calling upon you, and the authority granted to you are all awakening. Listen closely, for the Spirit speaks softly but powerfully, and it will not lead you astray. Recognize these signs as evidence that the prophecy is alive in your life. They are markers of God's faithfulness, proof that the attacks you endured were not obstacles, but indicators of preparation and signals that the fulfillment of your calling is imminent. Your awareness of these confirmations strengthens your faith, sharpens your perception, and positions you to walk boldly into the destiny that has been written specifically for you. Even as the signs of confirmation appear, understand that the path ahead is not without obstacles. There are hidden challenges, spiritual battles, internal doubts, and external pressures that may attempt to shake your confidence or slow your progress. These are not punishments, nor are they indicators of failure. They are tests designed to refine your character, strengthen your faith, and deepen your dependence on God's guidance. The enemy often intensifies these struggles precisely because he knows the power and influence that await you. One hidden challenge may come as internal resistance. You may feel weary, uncertain, or even afraid, questioning whether you are capable of fulfilling the destiny set before you. These moments are natural, yet they are also opportunities to exercise trust. Remember that strength is built in the moments when the spirit refuses to yield, when faith persists despite the noise of fear or doubt. Each time you push forward in obedience, you are growing in spiritual authority. Another challenge may appear in the form of opposition from others. People may misunderstand your intentions, doubt your abilities, or even attempt to deter you through criticism or manipulation. While these experiences may sting, they are indicators of your calling. The enemy rarely resists mediocrity. The more resistance you encounter, the more significant the assignment that has been placed in your hands. Stand firm, for these challenges are a testament that you are moving in alignment with God's purpose. Timing can also be a hidden struggle. Opportunities may seem delayed, or doors may remain partially closed, causing frustration or impatience. These delays are not random, they are divine calibrations. Heaven often pauses progress just enough to ensure that every step is aligned with destiny, that every action is taken at the right moment, and that every blessing is fully prepared to sustain your success. Trust the timing even when it is invisible. Spiritual warfare is another unseen challenge. Forces opposed to your calling may attempt to create confusion, distraction, or discouragement. Yet remember this: the same Spirit that called you will equip you to overcome. Prayer, meditation, and attentiveness to divine guidance are your shields. The unseen realm is active, but it cannot outmatch the authority granted to you through faith and obedience. Awareness and spiritual discipline are your keys to navigate these battles victoriously. Lastly, the challenge of endurance will test your patience. The journey toward fulfillment is rarely linear. There will be moments of seeming stagnation, unexpected setbacks, or repeated trials. Yet each of these is temporary. Each serves to deepen your resilience, sharpen your discernment, and cultivate a spiritual maturity that cannot be rushed. Endure with hope, for your persistence signals to heaven that you are ready for the assignment that has been prepared. Remember, hidden challenges are not barriers. They are gateways to empowerment. They are designed to prove that your faith is not superficial, that your commitment is unwavering, and that your heart is aligned with the calling that has been placed upon you. As you face these trials, know that God's presence surrounds you. His wisdom guides you, and your perseverance will lead to victory. The journey may be demanding, but the reward is beyond measure. Now that you have recognized the signs, understood the hidden challenges, and felt the stirring of destiny within your spirit, it is time to take deliberate steps in alignment with heaven. The divine instructions are not merely suggestions, they are sacred guidance pathways that prepare your heart, mind, and soul to receive the fullness of what God has prepared. Pay close attention, for these steps will activate your readiness and establish a spiritual foundation that no attack can dismantle. First, cultivate awareness. Begin each day with intentional stillness, creating space to hear the voice of God above the noise of the world. Meditate on His promises, reflect on past victories, and acknowledge the ways He has already shown favor in your life. Awareness is the gateway to discernment. It allows you to recognize opportunities, understand divine timing, and act decisively when the moment calls for boldness. Do not underestimate the power of quiet, focused reflection. It aligns your spirit with heaven's rhythm. Second, strengthen your spiritual armor. Prayer is essential not as a ritual, but as a declaration of faith. Speak truth over your life, over your assignments, and over the challenges you encounter. Declare that the enemy has no authority over your path, that no weapon formed against you will prosper, and that your destiny is secure in God's hands. Incorporate fasting study of sacred texts and deliberate worship into your routine. These practices fortify your spirit, sharpen your perception, and cultivate resilience against both seen and unseen opposition. Third, embrace intentional action. Faith without works remains dormant. Align your daily steps with purpose, ensuring that every decision, effort, and interaction reflects your calling. Whether it is nurturing relationships, developing skills, or stepping into new opportunities, act with the awareness that your actions carry spiritual weight. Do not delay or overthink. Take bold, measured steps in the direction your heart and spirit indicate. Each intentional action becomes a tangible manifestation of your readiness to receive. Fourth, guard your heart and mind. Challenges and opposition often attempt to exploit emotional vulnerability or sow doubt. Protect your inner world through discernment, positive affirmation, and surrounding yourself with those who uplift and encourage you. Eliminate distractions, negative influences, and patterns that diminish your faith. Your focus is sacred and your energy is powerful. Treat both as instruments for divine alignment. Fifth, cultivate gratitude and acknowledgement. Begin to recognize even the smallest confirmation of God's presence and favor. Gratitude opens spiritual channels and heightens awareness of divine movement. Acknowledge your victories, the moments of clarity, the lessons learned, and the people who have been instruments of guidance. By practicing gratitude, you reinforce the flow of favor and invite greater manifestation into your life. Sixth, stay vigilant for divine prompts. Heaven communicates through subtle impressions, nudges, dreams, coincidences, and synchronicities that align with your purpose. Respond promptly to these cues, for they are not trivial. Acting on divine guidance accelerates your journey and ensures that you remain in harmony with the unfolding plan. Hesitation or skepticism can delay breakthroughs. Trust that the Spirit is guiding with precision. Finally, embrace your assignment with courage. Step into the responsibilities, influence, and opportunities that are presented with confidence, knowing that you are fully equipped. The authority and wisdom you need have already been deposited within you. Your obedience is both your shield and your key. The divine instructions you follow now will determine the ease, flow, and impact of your future steps. Move deliberately, move faithfully, and move with the knowledge that God is with you in every stride. These actions are not merely preparation, they are activation. They awaken the authority, wisdom, and influence that have always been within you. Each deliberate step, each moment of alignment, and each act of faith builds momentum for the manifestation of the prophecy. Obedience, attentiveness, and courage now will allow you to step fully into your calling when the time comes. Heaven is ready, but you must move in partnership with the Spirit to claim what is rightfully yours. As you step forward in alignment with the divine instructions, rest in this truth: you are not walking alone. Every step you take is covered by a presence greater than any opposition, shielded by a power that cannot be broken. God's protection is not passive. It is active, surrounding you like a fortress of light, guarding your mind, heart, and spirit from the attacks that seek to derail your destiny. Even when challenges appear fierce, even when the world seems intent on testing your faith, know that a supernatural force is at work on your behalf. Imagine yourself standing in the center of a radiant light. A divine aura wrapping around you, impervious to any darkness. Every word spoken against you, every act meant to harm or hinder, bounces off this invisible barrier. The Spirit of God is your companion, your shield, and your guide. You are protected not only from external threats, but from internal fears and doubts that would attempt to weaken your resolve. The same power that created the heavens watches over you with infinite precision. Your journey is also marked by invisible guardians angels assigned to guide, warn, and protect you. These unseen allies move before you, around you, and behind you, aligning circumstances in ways that you may not immediately see. Sometimes protection comes in silence, doors closing for your safety, conversations delayed for your benefit, opportunities redirected to prevent harm. Trust that every divine adjustment is a sign of care, a testimony to the meticulous nature of God's protection. Assurance comes not from circumstances, but from the eternal promises that accompany your calling. The Lord has declared over your life that you are chosen, protected, and equipped. You are shielded from the enemy's schemes, surrounded by a peace that surpasses understanding, and enveloped in a presence that cannot be shaken. This assurance is a spiritual anchor holding you steady even when storms rage around you. No trial can overcome the covenant of protection resting upon your life. Feel the comfort of this divine safeguard in your spirit. Let it quiet the fears, silence the anxiety, and calm the storms within your heart. Protection is not about the absence of challenges, it is about the presence of power. You may face trials, but they will never surpass your capacity to overcome. Every trial has been measured, every challenge accounted for, and every moment of resistance tempered with divine care. Heaven itself is your stronghold. Finally, remember that protection is paired with guidance. You are not only shielded, you are directed. Steps, choices, and moments of decision are guided with precision so that your path aligns with destiny. The unseen hand will continue to redirect, correct, and illuminate your way. You are safe, supported, and secured for the fulfillment of your calling. Trust this. Believe it. Rest in it. Let the assurance of divine protection fuel your courage, strengthen your resolve, and prepare you to step into the fullness of what has been prepared for you. Now envision the moment when all that you have endured, all that you have prayed for, and all that you have prepared for begins to manifest. The storms of your past no longer define you. Instead, they have refined you. You emerge not only victorious, but transformed, your spirit strengthened, your heart awakened, and your purpose illuminated like never before. This is the fullness of fulfillment, a state where destiny intersects with divine timing, where every trial gives way to triumph, and every act of faith is rewarded with clarity, empowerment, and peace. Your transformation is both internal and external. Internally, the doubts that once clouded your mind dissolve in the light of understanding. You see yourself as God sees you, chosen, capable, and worthy of the assignment laid before you. Your confidence is rooted not in human approval, but in the certainty of divine favor. You walk with a sense of authority, your decisions guided by discernment, and your steps aligned with the rhythm of heaven. The fear that once whispered lies is silenced, replaced by a deep, abiding courage that flows from your connection with the Spirit. Externally, the world begins to respond to the manifestation of your calling. Opportunities that were once distant are now within reach. Relationships, resources, and environments begin to align, mirroring the readiness and authority within you. What was once hidden or delayed is now revealed in its fullness. People who were skeptical witness the evidence of divine orchestration, and your influence begins to expand, touching lives in ways that honor the calling placed upon you. Every visible breakthrough carries the imprint of preparation, endurance, and divine timing. Imagine standing on the threshold of your destiny, feeling the weight of authority and purpose resting upon you. The lessons of the past, the attacks, delays, and doubts transform into badges of honor, proof that you were trained for this exact moment. Your spirit recognizes the sacredness of your journey. Your heart is filled with gratitude, and your mind is alert to the ongoing guidance that continues to accompany you. This is the equilibrium of fulfillment, the alignment of purpose, power, and peace, creating a state where you are both empowered and humbled, confident, yet reliant on God's ongoing guidance. The emotional impact of this transformation is profound. Joy flows not as a fleeting emotion, but as a deep, sustaining river that nourishes every part of your being. Peace rests upon you like a protective mantle, and hope becomes an unshakable anchor in your spirit. Gratitude saturates your perspective, enabling you to see the beauty in the journey, the hidden lessons, the divine interventions, and the moments of resilience that led to this realization. You are no longer a bystander in your own story. You are the vessel through which God's plan flows visibly and powerfully. Spiritually, fulfillment brings a heightened sensitivity to divine guidance. Your connection with the unseen realm deepens. Your prayers resonate with greater authority, and your insight into God's timing becomes more precise. You are transformed into a conduit of purpose, able to inspire, uplift, and lead others while walking fully in your own calling. The glory of this transformation is not just in what you receive, but in what you are now able to give, the influence, wisdom, and impact that flow from a life aligned with destiny. This is the moment of realization. The attacks were proof, the challenges were preparation. The guidance was divine, and now the fulfillment is undeniable. You are walking in the fullness of your calling, a testament to perseverance, faith, and divine orchestration. Stand in this reality. Breathe in the magnitude of what has been accomplished, and prepare to step into the legacy that your journey was always intended to produce. As you stand in the fullness of what has been revealed, speak these words over yourself, allowing them to resonate deep within your spirit. Let them anchor your faith and confirm the truth of your calling. Repeat them with conviction, knowing that the Spirit of God empowers every declaration. 1. I am chosen, equipped, and divinely appointed for this moment. 2. Every trial I have endured has prepared me for victory and purpose. 3. I walk in alignment with God's timing, authority, and plan. I am protected, guided, and filled with unwavering faith. Say these affirmations until they become a part of you, until your spirit recognizes them as reality. Let them transform doubt into certainty, fear into courage, and waiting into expectation. The words you speak in faith are powerful keys that open doors to the fulfillment of what has been prepared for you. Now receive this blessing. May the Lord surround you with unshakable peace, envelop you in divine protection, and illuminate your path with clarity and purpose. May every attack you have endured be reversed into testimony, every delay transformed into opportunity, and every doubt replaced with the certainty of your destiny. May the favor of heaven rest upon you, guiding your steps, amplifying your influence, and empowering your voice to impact those who need the light only you can carry. Walk boldly, for the road before you is paved with divine intention. Let your heart remain steadfast, your mind focused, and your spirit attuned to the whispers of heaven. Know that the waiting is over, the preparation is complete, and the manifestation is at hand. You are called for greatness, equipped for authority, and destined to shine with a light that cannot be extinguished. As you move forward, carry this truth with you. God's hand is upon you. The Spirit within you strengthens you, and the promises spoken over your life cannot fail. Step into your purpose with confidence, knowing that the attacks you once feared were proof of your selection, and the blessings that await are beyond measure. Stand in expectation, rise with faith, and embrace the fulfillment that has been waiting for you all along. Go forth in victory and divine favor, and in the unwavering knowledge that you are deeply loved, fully equipped, and perfectly positioned. Amen.